Welcome back to Big Saj Builds, where today we are entering phase 2. What is phase 2, you're wondering? Nothing to do about power. It's everything to do about weight reduction. So we managed to get all of the sound deadening and the carpets out. The speakers are for a really slow EF, I think. We're going to weigh the sound deadening up, see how much we've taken out. It's slowly looking like a drag car. Got a lot of loom to remove, everything to sort out, heater matrix take out, door card to take out. Glass is going to go. Sunroof's gonna go. Parcel shelf, gonna go. Sorry for now. Need to put all my gauges in. So we weighed it all, speakers, carpets, and the sound deadening. Came to a total of just under 15 kilo. That is crazy. And sound deadening and stuff alone. Yo, what on earth is going on here? I know we're entering phase 2, but why is everything all disconnected? Oh, sneak peek. What the hell? So got me some new hubs. I got me some DSS 5.9s. One love to Jamming for sorting all this out, arranging the ship, and thank you very much for all of that, Jamming. Big love. We got loads of Hardrace stuff as well. Some ball joints. We got some rear toe arms. So we got outer track rod ends and inner track rods. And we got upper camber arms as well. So both sides. I mean, all of this stuff should have been done ages ago, but I just wanted the car running. And now we're just going to send all of this on and go to the moon. What should we start off with? Let's put the drive shafts in first, why not? So we'll start off with the half shaft, the split shaft, the intermediate shaft, whatever you want to call it. And then we'll get the drive shaft shop 5.9s in. They're good for over 800 wheel horsepower, so just going to send them in. The reason why I was upgrading, because I don't know if you realised how many times I changed bearings in the hubs. Turns out my old drive shafts, they're for an EP3 Type R. That's why they're wobbling in the EG hubs. Now we got all of the right setup. Just going to send it half shaft, split shaft, intermediate shaft. So the big boy DSSs are in. Intermediate shaft, half shaft, split shaft. Both sides, bottom bolt done. Now we're going to remove the track rod end and inner tie rod or track rod, whatever you call it. Get them bad boys out. Then we'll do the upper camber arms, baby. Quick little change of plan. Just put the Hardrace lower ball joints in. Just quickly just swap the nuts upside down just in case. And now, just moving on to the upper camber arm. Marvellous. Just going to remove the upper camber arms. But what I'm just going to do is I might just take an angle grinder to it. They look rusty and seized. I ain't gonna bother with that. I'll just cut it and see what happens. Spray it all the way down. Just gonna cut that. Nice and easy. Let's get my lovely new Hardrace ones. Okay then, let's assemble all of these. So we've got all our nice new mounting hardware. Bada boom. The good thing about the Hardrace hardware is it's all OEM size. 17mm for the top nut, 14 for that. Beautiful. Oh, how about the nut? 14 too. It's marvellous. Can't forget that thing. Put that on in a bit once it's on the car. The reason why these don't come off is once you've put them on and you tighten the bolt down, pulls it up and pushes it down onto them teeth, so it locks it in place. It's interesting to know. Let's get to torque this up. Just doing 44 newtons. Do that, baby. Nice. It's all gonna get aligned, so we should be alright. So now here we go. Let's get the nuts up on top. Now we're going to tighten these to 49 newtons. So now it's crimping that bar down. It's 50 there. 50 there. Double check. Marvellous. Let's move on to the other side. Now let's do the passenger side. So we'll do the nut facing inwards. Same again, just like OEM. Marvellous. Now let's get our Hardrace one. Let's feed that up there. Look, Mum, no hands. Oh shit. Wibbly wobbly. Now let's run these down. Here it comes. Nice. So it's time to break out the induction heater on the track rod end. Just gonna get that nice and hot. Leave it on it for about a minute. Spray come off. Woohoo! Gonna count the threads. So 1. Just gonna count the turns as 2, 17, 17 and a half. I know the ring should be a little smaller, but couldn't get it over the ball joint, you see. So this will do. So I've done that for about 90 seconds. Get our tools on it. Took a little more toasting than the other side. It's finally removed. Let's get it off. So the inner track rods are in. I haven't got the boot, so I just put the plastic over there for now. Everything else is loose. Made my way to the back. Got wedge on the other side. Just gonna change the upper camber arms and the toe arms underneath. This should be fun. Gonna break out the induction heater, baby. So we've got our nice new rear camber arms from Hardrace here. So what we're gonna do is take one out. Fortunately, it doesn't come with any hardware, so we're gonna have to reuse the old stuff. And then we're gonna measure it up like so. So we want to get it as close to OEM as possible. Yeah, let's bring it out a bit. Driver side rear camber arm done. It's all torqued up and greased up. I was going to do the toe arm, save that until the end. Do the passenger side. Then I've got the boots. Track rod end's going to go on. Everything's going to get torqued up here. Front is going to get assembled. Then we'll do the toe arms. Let's get it. So finally the passenger side is all done. Upper camber arm is in. Preload is set. And underneath, the rear toe arm is in. It's got a little hole because the nut came out. But nothing snapped or nothing broke. Everything's all Gucci. Now just got to do the driver's side. Looks quite rusty under there, don't it? Cool car, man. Nice front bumper, lad. So driver's side toe arm with a nice, pretty Gucci there. Fronts have all been buttoned up. Everything's nice and tight. Just need to order a socket for my hub nut. See, we're cooking nicely. We are, you know. Absolute nice. Now all that's left to do is fill up the gearbox, baby. That's it, we're golden. Hub nuts torqued, paint marked, so at least we know if they'll come loose or not. These stick out a lot further than my old ones. Pretty good. So next up, let's blank off that heater core. See them 2 rubber pipes going there. So what I need to do for that is I need to put a blanking port in here, get rid of this thermostat tube, and I need to put a bung in that upper coolant neck. That's all there back there. Can't see that properly, but I'll have to move the manifold for that. Let's get a crack on. Little progress report. To get the gazebo out, it's like a bajillion degrees here. So remove the upper coolant neck hose, put the bung in there. Just decided to remove the manifold, leave everything else attached. Everything's all loose, so it's got room to play. Now, just attaching the little adapter to the top of the thermostat. You can't really see it, but it's up there somewhere. Got to remove a bolt. Put the stopper in. Happy days. So whilst the cameras have been off, I've been doing some little upgrades. Now the lines for the heater core have been completely removed. You see back there, clears up a bit of space. I'm going to remove the heater core, should be nice. What's this? Ooh, Saros Machine Racing 90mm throttle body. I got rid of the K-tune setup. So that was a 90mm down to a 72mm. So now I changed all of that. Got a 90mm bad boy on there. Hopefully that should do something for us. Maybe an extra 500 horsepower. Now, I'm going to fill up the radiator again with water, just see if there's any leaks, and then we can fill up with distilled water and water wetter. Let's get it. So the water wetter's gone in, distilled water is full. So Bill's on his phone. Just comes by, just say well gone. Walks away when the work's here. Throttle body's on, map sensor is hidden away underneath. Just need to do the wiring for the TPS. We'll do that later. But first, let's get the coolant bled. Start it up, baby. So next on the agenda is remove the dash and then get all of the rubbish out. Heater core, fans, everything we don't need. We're gonna gut the lot of it, and he's going out the car as well. What would Skunk 3 do? eBay junk. So this is the state that I'm in at the minute. To remove the immobilizer, got the dash out. Ugh. Whoever did the immobilizer on this, fair freaking dues, man. So well plumbed in there. But we're getting there. Weight reduction, baby. And we are done, baby. So the dash is back in. Got my gauges all wired up. Pretty cool. Massive shout out to T7 Designs for their billet gauge holder. Look how wicked that looks. That's it. I wonder how much weight we've saved. Well, I think phase 2 is done and dusted. I am absolutely cooked in this British heat. It's been about 35 degrees and I'm dying. But yeah, phase 2 is done. On to mapping now. Look at it. Baba Yaga's looking pretty cool. If you've enjoyed this video, please drop a little like and a comment down below. Especially you, Skunk 3. Wonder what eBay junk we have. Be sure to subscribe and I'll see you soon.